Okay, this is my Hello World demo for the iPhone using the software development kit provided by Apple. I'm going to use two programs. One is called Xcode and the other is called Interface Builder. They both come with the development kit and you'll get to see those. There is a third program that we'll see is the iPhone simulator, which will show us our application running in a simulation of the iPhone. So let's get started. I'm going to open Xcode and create a new project. Um, you can see here you can pick a template for your project. There's lots of different templates to choose from. The iPhone operating system is up top and the Mac OS X operating system templates are down below. We're going to focus on the iPhone application templates and we're going to create a view-based application for this demo. Call it Hello World and click Save. And that's going to create a whole bunch of objects for us. It's going to open up Xcode. Under classes, you're going to see there's app delegate and there's view controller. And then in resources, we're going to see some interesting files. The ones that we really concern ourselves with, let me zoom in on here so you can see them, is Hello World View Controller.h, Hello World View Controller.m, and Hello World View Controller.xib. The first two is where we're going to put code to actually interface with our view and actually do something. The XIB is where we're actually going to design our view. So let's get started designing our view first before we write the code. So by double clicking on the .xib file, that's going to bring up Interface Builder. I'm going to just minimize Xcode here so you can see all the... This is Interface Builder and there's 4 windows. There's the Hello World View Controller.xib, and this contains all of the objects that are in that file. Over here, you'll notice there's a view, and that was created for us by the template. Over here is the attribute inspector. You can change all kinds of different attributes, size, how things auto-resize, all kinds of things like that. And over here is the library where to choose different objects and add them to your view. So I'm going to change the view's background just so you can see what that looks like by going into the background color here and change it to white. And then I'm going to go over to the library and I'm going to get a label. And the way you add objects is pretty easy. You just click and hold and drag them into the view. And that will add the object to the view. Notice these lines come up to help you make it look nice too. And I'll just put high in there for now. And we'll make that centered. So now I have a centered label at the top of the view. It says high. And I'm also going to add a round rectangle button. And I'm going to make that say, click me. That's all we're going to add to the view. So we have a label and a button. The goal of this project will be when the user clicks on the click me, it will change hi to hello world. So we're going to quit out of Interface Builder and save that. Bring up Xcode again. And now let me zoom in. Now we have to add some code. So in the hello world view controller.h, in the interface section, we need to add a couple of outlets, they're called. IB outlet to be exact. An IB outlet will allow us to connect our program to the view. We're going to make a UI button outlet, and that will allow us to connect to the button. And we're going to create the UI label, call it label. The other thing we need is we need some code so that when the user clicks on the button, we need to tell it what to do. So that's called an IB action. So we're going to add an IB action, and this you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it button clicked. And we have to put this little special thing in here called ID sender. That just tells us who took the action, which button took the action. So save that. And now I'm going to grab this. Remember, this is in the header file, it's just preparation and tying things. There's no real code in here. The actual code goes in the .m file. So now we're going to go to hello world view controller.m, and we're going to add the logic for that button clicked. Don't need a semicolon there. And we're just going to say label, which is our label on the form, our label outlet, dot text, equals hello world. So now when the user clicks on the button, it will change the label's text to hello world. That's all the code we need. But if we were to run this right now, it wouldn't do much because we haven't connected everything up in Interface Builder. So this is where we need to go to Interface Builder, and we need to actually connect up our outlets and actions. So again, we'll double click on the .xib. I'm going to minimize Xcode just so we can see everything here. There we go. Now if I right click on Files Owner, we're going to see our outlets. There's our button outlet and our label outlet, and we're going to see our action button clicked in here. So now we're going to do what's called wiring this up. So you do that by clicking on the little plus over here by the outlet, hold down, and you'll see a line show up. And I can't wire my button outlet to anything other than a button object. So I'll go to the button. Notice it didn't work on the label. And I can't wire my label outlet to a button because it's a label outlet. So I wire it to my label. And now I want to set up my action. I want my code button clicked to get kicked off when the user clicks on the button. So I'm going to click on that, drag it over to the button. When I let go, since it's an action, you notice it didn't just wire it up. Outlets got wired up, but the action brings up this whole list of choices for us. So we're going to click on Touch Up Inside, which is the action that will get kicked off when the user clicks on the button. So now we have everything wired up. The button outlet is wired up to the button, the label outlet wired up to the label, and the view outlet was wired up for us when we created the project. And the button clicked action is wired up to the touch up inside event of the button we've added to the form. So we can close this, and we can save all of these changes. And now go back into Xcode and everything is ready to go. So I'm going to click on Build and Run. Minimize Xcode again so we can get that out of the way. Now the iPhone simulator will start up and it will run our application. And you can see we have Hi and Click Me on the phone. And when I click on Click Me, it changes to Hello World. So it looks like everything's working good. Thanks a lot.